This is a trade recap on Solana. I did not take this trade, I just marked up this trade. This is taken on a Sunday. I don't trade crypto. What I usually do sometimes if I'm bored is that I will just mark up my strategy during the weekend on crypto just to maintain the rhythm. You don't have to do it, it's not necessary. I'm just a nerd when it comes to this shit. But a good setup took place on Solana. It won, and I just thought, why not make a video about it, and then we can actually just break it down as a trade recap W. Again, I didn't take it. I didn't make money on this trade, but it's a good opportunity to show you OBX, right? So this one hopefully will be more straightforward and shorter. I don't want to bullshit, right? OBX, what do we do to begin with? First thing is I look for the trend or the last thing that has happened on the 4 hour, which in this case, back then, this morning, was right here. Where's my horizontal ray? Right here. This was the last break of structure, this candle here, on the 4 hour. So even though this was a sweep, this broke structure here, that's all I'm focused on. So 4 hour bullish. Then I go to the 1 hour and I look for what's the last thing that's taken place on the 1 hour. In the same candle, the 1 hour broke structure. So if I move this, the 1 hour also broke structure here on this same candle. So 4 hours in line, 1 hour's in line. We leave behind the 4 hour order block, right? Which the reason I mark up this as the order block and not this is because this candle closed lower, or rather, this candle closed higher than this one. So until there's a candle that closes lower than this close here, this is still the order block. So we still mark this up as the order block because this is kind of nothing. It's an order block on a lower time frame. So this is the 4 hour order block. We mark that up because it gives us more room. There's more liquidity sitting inside of it. The 1 hour didn't have much. We broke structure. We came down and mitigated that order block. So this is an A plus set. The order block was unmitigated. The 4 hour was bullish. The 1 hour is also bullish, so they're in line. Then an unmitigated order block that then gets mitigated. What we do then is we just mark up all the strong lows, inside of the order block. So the only strong lows were, I don't need a horizontal ray, sorry there. Let me get rid of this. The strong lows were the actual 1 hour lows themselves that broke structure. So that's a strong low because it caused the break of structure. So we came down, we swept that. I initially marked up a range on there, but it continued lower. And so, as I say with OBX, if the first sweep doesn't hold, that's perfectly fine. You delete that 5-minute range, you go down and you find the next available liquidity, and we're just waiting for liquidity to stop being taken. We mark up a 5-minute range, we get a breakout of the 5-minute range, we enter for a 1 to 2. I enter for a 1 to 2. That's my strategy. If you want to do 1 to 3s, you can do 1 to 3s. It's a lower win rate. 1 to 2s, you actually make more money than a 1 to 3. So don't be upset at a 1 to 2. You make more profit long term as long as you follow the strategy. So this low, although strong, just got ran through. We went down to the 15-minute. We marked out the next 15-minute strong low because again, look, this low caused a break of structure. It broke structure here. So this is a strong low. This is the one that we swept. There was another one here that just created relative equal lows. We're not concerned about that. Price will probably come back down and use that as liquidity later on at some other point. But this is the power of OBX, right? We come down to the 5-minute. We mark up the 5-minute range. So we can delete this line because this is the strong 1 hour low that got ran through. So boom. This candle here caused the liquidity sweep, creates a lower high. We mark that up, then it comes down. It almost takes out this bottom line, but doesn't. Creates a lower instead, so boom, that's our range. We mark that up. I'll even go ahead and delete this 4-hour order block, so you know what we're focused on. We're not focused on this line anymore either. This is it. So we're just now waiting for a close outside of this 5-minute range, which takes place here. This also caused the 5-minute break of structure, which I've said before is crucial. You need a 5-minute break of structure minimum to actually enter the trade effectively. So we got both. We got a breakout of the range that created a 5-minute break of structure, enter, stops just below the or below or just on the actual range itself, because there was no breakout, so we don't need to go lower. And then 1 to 2, and then it just fucking pumped it, right? Now this is a 80% win rate because this is an A+ setup. So 4-hour and 1-hour inlined. There was an unmitigated order block that comes back and gets mitigated. Inside of that order block, there was a bunch of strong lows, aka available liquidity, that is high probability liquidity for OBX. We mark them up. Whatever one gets taken and creates a 5-minute range that then leads to a 5-minute breakout and break of structure is the one we enter on. That's it. So just fucking pumped it, right? As I said, A+ is 80% win rate, so this would have been a fire trade, but I don't trade crypto, so I'm not concerned about it, and it's also on the weekend, so it's just a bit of fun. Hope you've enjoyed this. I hope this is a little bit cleaner to understand than my previous ones. Yeah, I'm learning as well. I'm learning how to make this content more digestible and easier to understand, but anyway, it is what it is for today. Hope you've learned something from it. Go out there, give OBX model a shot yourself, and start making this money, man.